Here with two members of the ISACA London chapter. Gentlemen, could you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Drew. I'm Peter Wood. I'm a member of the Security Advisory Group.
I'm Roger Southgate. I'm a past president of ISACA London chapter, and I lead the COBIT development group in London.
Very good. Now, COBIT 5 was just recently released, so if you could tell us a little bit about what went into COBIT 5 and what makes it different from the previous version.
Well, fundamentally, COBIT's evolved over its entire life, really, and it's targeted and focused of the needs of businesses and industry and the public sector at that time. So in the same way as the journey of evolving and understanding how to use IT has evolved, so the resources that IT professionals need to support them, they also need to evolve to keep pace with the current needs and also preparing for the future.
Peter, tell me, how do you figure into this?
Well, my day job is CEO of a pen testing company, First Base Technologies. And, historically we'd produce a long list of issues that we'd find when we'd test organizations, both with their IT and their people and their premises. So the great benefit that COBIT brings to the table is that we can point them at a resource that allows them to build a framework for remediation and onward control, and like an encyclopedia almost of solutions that they can employ rather than face a blank sheet of paper.
And Roger, one of the big themes here at this show this year is BYOD. How does COBIT address that trend?
Well, the first thing, certainly with COBIT 5, what we've now done is really integrate it at the governance level. So we attract both governance, benefits, risk, and resource management. So that hopefully now, in many organisations where they've tended to push away and shy away from IT and security issues, they've now got a holistic framework that enables them to tackle the challenges and opportunities at the right level within their organisational structure, whether it be at the board, the executive management, operational management, or even department leaders. In COBIT 4, we had a thing called COBIT Security Baseline, which had targeted specific guidelines to help people at different levels in organisations understand how they should be engaged in security, both in the office and at home. So we have some experience in this, and there's been a lot of work, certainly from the security side of ISACA. The key thing about it, though, is that all of our materials, COBIT 5 in particular, is a collaborative venture. So we draw on the experience and knowledge of people like Peter and other people who've had a long experience across the depth and breadth of the profession, and we assimilate all of that to come up with the new iteration. And so, the reason it's COBIT 5 and not COBIT 7 is none of us know what we're all going to need to be doing in 5 or 10 years' time yet. Right. So we keep refreshing it every 3 to 4 years to keep pace with where we're going.
If I can ask you to put on your analysis hat, is the BYOD phenomenon the thing that's the major theme here and definitely all year long? Are these real risks, or is it a bit overblown?
Oh no, it's real. It's real because of people. Roger said to me yesterday, he has this great line that says, smart devices aren't always used by smart people. And that's the first area of concern, of course. But also the convenience and the just sheer pleasure of using some of these devices overrides people's not so common sense. And we're seeing so many interesting things arise with apps that aren't what they seem to be, apps that are innocently written, accessing more data than perhaps they need to, the issue of mixing professional and personal life on one device, it just goes on. There's plenty of meat for us to work with, I assure you.
Now, Roger, last year it was cloud, this year it's BYOD. What might we be talking about next year? Do you fancy to...
My personal, I've just discovered graphene, and these new devices that are being piloted across the world, where you've got these foldable displays and devices that can do just about anything and seem to require little power. I think that they're going to blow us away, I think, as we go out into the future. How quickly they actually turn into deliverables, we may be 2 or 3 years off, but certainly the whole concept of these foldable, collapsible displays and devices that can do anything and hardly use any power shows an awful lot of promise And so I would suggest if you're interested in that, go on YouTube, and there are some very good little 2 or 3 minute videos all about graphene and graphene displays, and you can see some of the pilots.
I'll have to check that out then. Would you care to tell us what we'll be talking about here next year?
I think we're seeing more and more social-driven stuff, deperimeterization carried to the extreme. So we're seeing plenty of clients who are pushing all of their infrastructure into the cloud over the next year, and at the same time building social networks that reach beyond their traditional workforce into their customer base, into their supplier chain. Single identity management there is a major challenge. Safeguarding the data and making sure you're obeying local legislation is another challenge. So I think where we've been looking at BYOD, we've been looking at social networking as a standalone topic, and we've been looking at virtualization and cloud. I think we see the three together is going to be next year's challenge.
It'll be nice to have a little variety then to actually consider, right?
Cocktail of confusion.
So let me ask you, I guess, to just finish up, what do you think of the show so far this year? What's your experience been like?
For us, it's been very good. We were obviously fairly nervous, as we weren't quite sure exactly whether we would get COBIT 5 out on time, and then whether we'd be able to manage the logistics and get the materials and resources here and whatever. But that side of it's been very good. The other side of it is, I think yesterday was certainly an exceptional day for us. We had a lot of people who are seriously interested, and a lot of people. Certainly our CISM certification for the Information Security Manager is certainly getting a lot more interest and getting a lot more traction. And we've just updated the syllabus for that, and that now is really looking something all of us within ISACA feel very proud of. And so I would urge anybody, if they're involved in security management, I'm not talking about the technical side, but the security management, that they should have a look at the candidate's guide for the CISM certification, which they can download off the ISACA website without any problem.
And Peter, how's your show been so far?
It's been terrific. I've seen a real upsurge back to levels of confidence that I haven't seen in the industry for 2 to 3 years. It was a good, solid visitor day yesterday. We had lots of intelligent and interesting inquiries. And just this morning, I only had a couple of minutes walking down the aisles. It's been even busier, so I'm thrilled.
The rain, it's keeping people inside instead of outdoors. Right?
Yeah, we like that. Yeah, never mind tube strikes. Just come here and have the coffee.
Very good, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you very much.